Consistency is a queer thing, a jewel among the virtues and the bugaboo of little minds. We count the man who lacks it insincere, immoral, or insane, but the one who pursues it too deliberately we regard as morally and intellectually priggish. To be consistent is to act consciously so as to maintain the system of activities of which each is a function. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is AyandaBeing, but I do go by the name of AyandaBeing on social media. If this is your first time here, I hope you enjoy this video and you subscribe and be part of this loving community. Otherwise, if you're a returning lover, thank you once again for choosing this channel as your stop, and let me know what you think about the video. Let's get into it. The reason why I decided to make this video is because I am someone who tends to struggle with consistency, which is mind-blowing because when it comes to discipline, I'm quite good at it, but when it comes to consistency, I really struggle with it. So I decided to make this video so that we can dive deep into what consistency is, what it looks like, and how maybe I can start developing a healthy relationship with it. My issues with consistency, they run so far back that sometimes I wonder if it's even a problem, or maybe I just need to redefine my relationship with consistency so that it makes sense for the type of person that I am. And then I look at how I approached comrades, how I approach most things generally, and it's like, no, there is a problem here. And the problem is that I struggle to show up consistently, and I rely on the fact that because to me, whatever the thing is easy, then I don't need to show up as planned or as prepared or as advised. And that's why I decided to make this video, because I really want to interrogate it, and I'm hoping that as I interrogate myself, you are also going to be doing the same thing to yourself, especially if you are someone who struggles with consistency. If you don't struggle with consistency, I am so open to receiving tips and just advice on how I can reshape this big concept for myself. Before we go even further into it, I like defining words and just looking at synonyms so that we have a broader understanding of what it is. So consistency, according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, is defined as an agreement or harmony of parts or features to one another or a whole. It's a condition of adhering together. And then the Cambridge Dictionary defines it as the quality of always behaving or performing in a similar way, or of always happening in a similar way. So in simple terms, when you look at the synonyms, you are looking at words such as uniformity, stability, steadiness, repetition, as well as reliability. And then what is consistency to me? How do I define consistency? It is trying to be a better person every day, showing up to the story that I'd like to tell one day, and honoring who I am. Why do I struggle so much with consistency? Because I feel that in order for me to be able to dive deep into this concept and really explore it for what it is in my life, then I need to know why I struggle with it. And I did list a few things because I was really just pushing myself to truly understand what is this problem that I'm dealing with and how can I solve it. And we all know that it's quite impossible to solve a problem if you don't confront it. So number one, excuses. There's a part of me that does make excuses that then leads to me not being able to show up in the way that I'd like to. Number two, I don't plan for when things don't go right. I do plan a lot, but when it comes to consistency, there is an inconsistency. There is an inconsistency in how I plan for the things that I'd like to be consistent in. Then number three, thinking that I can always catch up. I'm one of those people where certain things do come easy to me. Like look at running, for example. Running is like, I don't need to think too much about it. It's something that I can do. It's that type of thinking that ends up affecting my consistency, because I think I can always catch up. I think I can miss a day or two in my training and it's not gonna affect me. And to be honest, it doesn't affect me, but I sit and I think about how great would it have been if I was able to show up consistently to my training plan. I would have achieved so much now when it comes to my fitness goals and some of the things that I've planned in the past and they just didn't pan out. And it's really there, just thinking that you're always going to catch up. And it's one of the things that I believe makes me struggle with consistency. And then lack of structure and systems. I'll make an example. I don't have a specific day of when I journal. I just know that at least once or twice a week, I need to sit down with my journal and do it. Someone might say, oh no, that's a proper plan, but it's not a proper plan, because what happens when it's Sunday and the day is going haywire and I haven't had an opportunity to journal? Do you see? I do think that part of the reason why I do struggle with consistency is my lack of structures and systems, and just making sure that everything is in place for whatever goal that I have set to be able to take shape and actually be achieved. Another reason why I struggle with consistency is boredom. I don't know how to explain this. I don't mind doing the same thing over and over again, but I also do get bored quite quickly. I guess it depends on what it is. There are certain things that I can do over and over again, and it doesn't matter. And then there are certain things that, oh my goodness, I cannot. I absolutely cannot. I'm gonna make an example with working out. There was a time in my life where I was able to wake up, do a workout, and call it a day. Whether I'm just doing workouts from Monday to Friday or I'm doing yoga from Monday to Friday, I was able to do it. And then suddenly, I cannot do 3 days of workouts without feeling like I am bored, like ngiborekile. So it's something that I've also just come to accept about myself, that certain things I get bored very quickly. Learned that I have to say, maybe Monday I'm running, Tuesday I'm doing yoga, Wednesday I'm working out, Thursday I'm doing a dance thing, Friday I'm doing another thing. Like every day it's just a new thing. And that works for me. It makes it easy for me to show up. But it's just one of those things that have affected me, because now I love structures. I love things working a certain way, but also there's a side of me that's just like, oh my goodness, me. So it's really just trying to learn to find that balance, but it is something that I struggle with. I am someone who is constantly seeking out balance, and I guess I haven't figured it out. I think that's why a huge part of this is also me trying to simplify my life, whether it's in careers or it's in business, whatever it is that I'm doing. I'm really just trying to simplify things for myself so that there is a balance. So it's really just trying to find that sweet spot where I can do something over and over again without feeling like I'm losing my mind. So those are some of the reasons why I feel that I struggle with consistency. There are things that I'm able to keep on doing for long, and then there are certain things that I'm struggling with, and I'm failing to understand why do I struggle with those things. Maybe it's the disconnect between the thing that I'm trying to do and how I feel about it within myself, but I'm not aware. I don't know. Maybe it is that, but it's something that I'm questioning, and I'm trying to understand, and I'm trying to really get to the bottom of, okay, is it me or is it the thing that I'm trying to do? Because maybe there is that I like doing certain things on paper, but myself internally, it's not my thing, which is something that I'll have to just come to grips with. It's okay, maybe this thing that I like doing, I like the idea of it, is actually not my thing. And the thing with consistency is that I know that it yields results. It is possible, it is doable. I've done it before, I can do it again. Why can I not do it now? Like, what is wrong? I look at some of the things I've started and stopped, ideas I've come up with and stopped. It is quite sad when I think about it, because it looked like there was progress. You know, it really looked like there was progress. I was running a business. I was just doing a lot of things, and it's like I hit a snag. It's like I get to a point where I don't know if I'm no longer interested, but there's a point I reach where I guess I have to dig deep to carry on showing up, or I just stop completely. I could never tell you why I stopped doing those things, whether it was maybe lack of self-confidence, but I just look at all those things that have died. They have died because I was not consistent, and it hurts me. I think to myself how far I would be if I had just carried on showing up. These are things that I'm just like, I'm trying to understand what is going on. And no, they are not just this year's things. Like even the years before, after I did my first comrades, I just couldn't run. I had to, it's like I had to teach myself how to run again. This is the most consistent I've ever been on YouTube, and I am proud of it. But I think there is also that I'm excited because my intentions and my goals for this channel have slightly shifted. It's a concern of mine, a big concern of mine, and I think if you're one of those people who also sit with themselves and you struggle with consistency, maybe you've reached different conclusions, and I'm very interested to hear what those conclusions were. I really think about those things, and I'm like, my goodness, ngadlala, and yeah, what is the way forward? So what am I going to do about it? I recognize that I have a problem. I recognize that there is a problem, but what am I going to do about it? Because sometimes pointing out the problem is not enough. You need to do something about it. And so far I have started doing things about it. Part of them is consistently posting on YouTube. If I don't do every Thursday, at least once a week, because that's the actual goal, to post once a week. I just chose Thursdays because I was like, it's a weird day and I'm weird. As long as I post once a week, then I'm exercising that consistency muscle. Just went back to exercising, so it's easing myself into things. So I started exercising. I'm doing 3 days a week only. The thing that I'm doing is trying to find ways to redefine my relationship with consistency, because I do think that part of the reason why maybe I struggle with it is because maybe there is a toxic there is some unhealthiness between me and consistency in terms of how I view it. There is some unhealthiness going on there that I need to redefine, so that something that makes sense for someone like me. Another thing that I'm doing is accountability. I think posting once a week is my accountability check as well. My yearbook, I have a yearbook now where I plan my week. I try to add things that bring me joy within that week, whether it be music or maybe something that I'm gonna watch. Last week I watched a movie and I was pretty chuffed and happy about it. Another thing that I'm doing is trying to align my identity with the things that I say I want. One of my biggest goals this year is to always be better than the day before, which means if yesterday I was able to do a 10-minute workout, today I can do 11, and that will be more than enough. So that is another thing that I'm trying. Those are the things that I'm currently doing. I am gonna update the list. I'm probably gonna do another consistency check-in in September, because it will be at least 4-5 videos from today. So I'll do another consistency check-in in September and see how that relationship is going. But it is something that I'm trying to get to the bottom of, improve in. I am gonna come back with a video on that. Please let me know, how is your relationship with consistency? How is it going? That is today's video. Let me know what you think about it. Please leave a comment below. I'm really excited because I am on the right path, and I am going to get to the bottom of it, and I am going to have a healthy relationship with consistency, and it's going to be for my good. So please subscribe if we aren't already. I will see you next week, hopefully on Thursday. If not Thursday, then on Sunday. Bye.